Hello and welcome to today's video. You join us for quarter final number 2 in the Old World Rookie Rumble number 24 in the Secret League here on FUMBBL. The match is being played between the Necrarch team of Solaris and the Khorne, so the standard Khorne team of Al-Nubizar. As Al-Nubizar and Solaris both making it through the round of 16 already. So you join us in the quarter final. Let's have a look at the teams. So the Necrarch team here, they have these kind of discount vampires, these Necrarch vampires that don't have Bloodlust but are Agility 2+ and Strength 3+, but they Hypnogaze on 3s. There is one that has leveled up with dodge. Then there are 2 whites with no skills and a bunch of skeleton linemen. Meanwhile, over on the Khorne, one of the Bloodseekers has gained block. There are 2 other Bloodseekers with no skill. There are 2 Khorngors. There's the big guy, the Bloodspawn, and a bunch of Marauder linemen for 11. So it is 11 versus 13, so the numbers advantage very much in the favour of the Necrarch. So the Khorne team elect to receive, and the Necrarch then set up. They are leaving 2 skeletons on the bench. So yes, let's see what happens. So the Necrarch, obviously with that Hypnogaze, and getting another reroll, which takes them to 3 rerolls here. It's just 2 rerolls for the Khorne with a keg. They open with the block and roll the POW into a stun. Blockless block there for 2 dice. And then a blockless block with a 3 dice into the double POWs on the 2 dice into an instant Kaz from the Bloodspawn. Blood for the Blood God straight out the gate. So the ball has gone quite reasonably short, but it is covered by a single player. However, with vampires, even with Hypnogaze 3+, with vampires, the ball is never safe. So really good to see the Khorne screening here. Get the pickup on the lineman, and then form almost a double screen here. Yeah, and then. Cool. Okay, so let's see how the Necrarch respond. They're down the player already, but it's not a Hypnogaze and blitz through kind of turn yet. They just go for the blitz with block and the block skill coming into play. With no Bloodlust on the vampires, they can just go for the movements, and in this case, here is the gaze. Fails the gaze, nothing there, but with no... ooh, and an uphill. An uphill with block on the big guy, presumably just to try and push the big guy away, meaning that it didn't get the free hit on the white. And a 4+ dodge, why not? Well, that's the reason why not. It's into a Kaz, and both of these casualties failing the regen. So we've got a minus strength and an MNG failing the regen, and just quietly that's the Necrarch capped on 11 players. The bench has gone in the first 2 turns. So the Khorne going for the blitz here. It's a 2 dice. Went for the reroll. Didn't necessarily need the reroll there. Not sure if Azal Nubizar realised. Oh! And there goes the other reroll. Just like that, both rerolls blown. I don't think that he realised that they both had block. I don't think he realised that this Bloodseeker was the one that had earned block and used the reroll there. Because I think that even if you leave that player based, I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. So to then reroll this 1D here after using one of your rerolls, and I mean there's some roots through here, there's the potential here for getting at the ball, or at least making it really difficult for next turn. And with no rerolls now. Wow, that is super early reroll burn there for the Khorne team. Let's see how the Necrarch can maximize. So there is the Hypno Gaze. A rush and another Hypno Gaze. 2D POW there. .2D block here, and that creates the hit on the ball with a 1D blitz. Just a push, no reroll. Very different reroll management here. The Necrarch keeping the powder dry with the 3 rerolls, and even allowing the skull and no reroll there. So the Necrarch sensing that even if the Khorne were able to score, they might be able to engineer a 2-turn back here, or possibly even higher. The Bloodspawn there getting the POW. And this is looking like a little bit of a potato here. It's splitting the team up. No rerolls for the Khorne. Pretty scary with all those potential blocks as well. Pretty scary. And oh, and in kicks the foul appearance. Dead and Not Sexy is the team name, and that foul appearance definitely not sexy. There is the POW on the blitz on the lineman. A little bit of a screen here. The vampire moving. Obviously the lineman here is just out of range of the end zone, so there is a rush into an end zone, and ones do happen. Dodge there, frees up additional players to run back. Tagging there, yeah, double tag there. So saying, look, I'm happy if you want to go and score. If the Khorne want to go and score, they can do, but it will be a rush, and then it will be potentially a huge number of turns back for the Necrarch. Instead, it looks like there might be some sort of sideline cage forming here. Always a little bit dangerous with a vampire around, because they are so easy for them just to Hypno Gaze one side of the sideline cage and then blitz through. Instead, doesn't even go for the sideline cage. Instead, opts to stay where they are. But with a double rush and a Hypno Gaze, all of a sudden, there is a play on the ball here. Dodging through 1D. No, not a... Sorry, I lied. It was a Hypno Gaze. Now it's the blitz. Yep, so now it's a 2D. Now comes the reroll into the POW. The Khorne now down a player as well, so now it's only it's 10v9 in favour of the Khorne, and now the dodges can come. And with all those higher agility pieces around the ball tagged, it's you don't want it to be, but you're feeling that it's going to be there's going to need to be a pretty scary 3+ in there somewhere. Okay, block keeps the players standing. It's a blitz with the big guy on one of the vampires, the one without dodge. Push on the first hit, and foul appearance on the second, and another foul appearance. So the ball is on the floor. The vampires proving themselves with the foul appearance skill. And yeah, the Khorne are very much looking like they are in trouble here. Hypno Gaze down there, and then a blitz on that Khorne lineman there. The Necrarch basically saying, look, if you want to try the pickup on the sideline, you can go for it. Hypnogaze fails there. Yeah, they're saying, look, you can go for this. You can go for this pickup. We're not concerned. If you make it and you do a miraculous score, we've still got 2 rerolls, still got plenty of time to get a 3 turn in. But if you fail, then the ball might scatter somewhere in our favour. The dodge fails and no reroll. Indeed, the Necrarch saying, look, we are waiting for something to happen here. We want you to try the pickup and you to send the ball off the pitch. Big guy blitz and rolls the 1. And the pickup fails, but the ball stays in field. So a little bit of a blessing there for the Khorne. They fail the pickup, but the ball does stay in field. Hypnogaze here from the Necrarch to create the 2D on the lineman, following to tag the big guy. Hypnogaze on the big guy, fails, no reroll there. And then the 1 dice blitz does reroll the dodge that fails there. The 1D blitz on the Khorne. Dodging back out again. And following there. So the Khorne going to cover the ball. Oh, and an instant double skulls there. Covers the ball slightly, gets the double skulls, and now there could be a bit of trouble here for the Khorne team. The Necrarch kind of have the final say on what happens. The Hypnogaze here really great because it means that you can't just pass the ball to someone who is hypnogazed because they have no tackle zone. So they would drop the ball. They're unable to catch the ball. And instead, it's just a case of screening off here. There is the final reroll with the 1 in 9. And then a cheeky 1D pow into a removal there. And that is 2 removals now suffered for the Khorne. 1 is a KO, so at worst we're looking at an 11v9 in favour of the Necrarch. And a cheeky skeleton rushing down there to be a scoring threat last minute. You've got to, you love it, because it means that here that the Khorne cannot just take a free go at something. They now have to really consider what they do in terms of protecting from the crazy play that could come through. Okay, and there is another KO. This time it's on the Necrarch, one of the vampires, and the Khorne fail the pickup, meaning that there is a hero play here for this little skeleton. Catching on a 4 was not meant to be. The 1 in 9 comes, and it is 11 versus 10. So down a lineman there, the Khorne. The bench has gone here, but they have the full 11. The vampire does come back, and you feel very much that with nothing happening on the prayer to Nuffle there, you feel very much that even though there are only 2 rerolls apiece, the Necrarch having gained the 3rd reroll in the previous drive through the kickoff event, even though there's only 2 rerolls apiece and only 1 player difference, you feel that because the Khorne failed to score, this is very much in the Necrarch's remit. There's a POW on the what are these guys called? The Bloodseeker, yeah. POW on the Bloodseeker. Moving forward here, ignoring the ball, almost doing like a little bit of a Daka defense. Fails the pickup, doesn't need to do the reroll because there is a screen of players in front here. So the Corn searching for damage now. I assume it's going to be another big guy blitz. We've seen the big guy blitz on most turns. Yeah, here it comes. Instant 1 in 9. Reroll put in as well, and Loner fails. So reroll wasted again. The Corn burning a reroll very early in their half. Very early in the half. Yeah. Wow, not sure. It's certainly not what I would do in terms of using the reroll. I think you just eat it and just say, fine, it didn't work. I think the big guy blitz is probably correct with the variance. Hypnogaze coming in and failing, so it's just a ordinary 2D there with the skeleton. Relying a lot now on the pickup here, putting a lot in on the on needing to guarantee the pickup here. Gets the pickup, and a foul on the big guy as well to boot, as it were. Okay, so the Corn here need to start doing some damage. Little chain push there. Blitz with the big guy again. This time he does get the pow and a stun. Just moving back in to cover there. The Corn Gore tagging the ball carrier, saying, "Look, you're gonna have to roll some dice." 2D blitz, double both down, but it's fine because the white comes with block. And another pow using the block piece. Here we have a Hypnogaze. And then presumably the ball carrier is going to follow suit down the left-hand side of the pitch. Yes, indeed. Oh, dodge fails and in goes the reroll. Needs the reroll to work there because otherwise, wow. The 1 in 9 here. So there is you're telling me there's a chance. There could well be a hit on the ball available here at the during this turn. Pow there. Sending the block piece back into the centre of the pitch. Wow, doesn't take the... goes for the hit with the big guy. Doesn't take the potential hit on the ball here. Not sure why you wouldn't take this into this. And then have this as the blitz. Very interesting. There was a 2D on the ball here. Yeah, very interesting that it wasn't deemed the appropriate play here by the Corn. Blitz in here. There's a nice little chain push to free the white. Yep. Just a stun. Moving across here, the dodge can then be back and round to the right. Yeah, switching sides. And the second reroll for the Necrarch going in there. So now the Necrarch with no rerolls. They still need to score. Yes, there are 2 pluses. Yes, there's a player with dodge there. And a 1D pow into a stun just to rub a little bit of salt in the wound there. With a stun there on the player. Unchanneled Fury. So the big guy deciding that he does not want to play the game. And there's a pow there into another stun. So 2 players stunned. 2 Necrarch players stunned. No rerolls for the Necrarch. And a single skull into a single skull. Reroll. No rerolls for the Corn now as well. We're back to no reroll Blood Bowl. And immediately an a removal there for the Necrarch, removing one of the Khorne players, enabling them to move the ball carrier through to be an assist on a block. With no rerolls, it feels pretty spicy, but does get the POW. Yeah. So even though effectively this Khorne is inside the sort of cage structure that we see here, the dodge out here is not particularly nice. It's a 5+ dodge here for the 1D at the moment. So yeah, it's a pretty effective defense at this stage in the game. And the Blitz is coming on one of the other vampires, and it's the double POW, and then a rush in to base the ball carrier. The big guy deciding that he does want to play ball, and importantly knocking over one of the block pieces, one of the whites. The other white tied up here as well, so really important that the Necrarch don't have a block piece to be able to blitz with at this point in time. No gaze failure, and instead it's just the 2+ dodge, and coming around the side with another dodge to get through. A little bit of a screen here. We'll see a block here. Instead it's a 1D with block to create the 2D. And then the 2D here into a double skulls. Huge double skulls. Luckily the Necrarch have set themselves up reasonably well, that there are some dodges required if you want to get the hits on the ball, but it's still not looking great for the Necrarch right now. And another double skull. We're seeing this through many of the games. For those who've seen, who've already watched quarterfinal 1, you'll remember that there were plenty of double skulls appearing in that game there. Lots of low reroll Blood Bowl. This is what we love to see. But yeah, it looks like now that the Necrarch have managed to avoid being sacked there. With just this turn and one more turn for them needing to score, it's going to take a miracle, I think, for the Khorne here, and it looks like it will be the Necrarch going through to the semi-final. So dodging around here. So I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rush. So it'd be crazy dodges here, but not quite so crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rush. So there is a tag there. So it's lots of crazy dodges here if we want to try and do something. You imagine that they just kind of have to go for it. They have to give it a shot. Sometimes you roll 6s. Instead, going for attrition. It is Khorne after all, and the Necrarch can walk the ball in for the 1-0. 10v9, so all they need to do is avoid the timeout and not get scored on, and then the Necrarch, coached by Solaris, will be through. And there is the Blitz, and it is indeed Solaris going through to the first of the semi-finals here in the Old World Rookie Rumble number 24 in the Secret League here on FUMBBL. The Khorne just trying to get a few more removals here, but for them the tournament is over. And the Bloodspawn there rolling the double skull, and the third dice being a both down. So yeah. So congratulations to Solaris, commiserations to Azal Nubizar. We look forward to seeing Solaris in the first of the semi-finals. If you have enjoyed this video, do not forget to smash the like and subscribe button. Please leave me a comment in the section below. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye now.